Hello everyone, welcome to another planning routine vlog video. It's Saturday morning and my daughter and I are having our breakfast. She's having roti prata with mayo and a cup of milk, while I'm having a cup of coffee with some toast and Nutella. Today is also my birthday. My daughter had prepared this card and present for me. She had started wrapping this since last year. With winter coming, my aloe veras are struggling a little bit. The leaves have fallen to the side and I'm hoping that by changing our location to this brighter spot would help the leaves rise up again. First thing after breakfast, I start by listing down my tasks and targets for today. My main goal is to enjoy my birthday, but I still have to cook and then later I have to return a book that is due today. And here's the spread after I've done planning the day. The first task I'm tackling is cooking, otherwise there's no food for lunch. I'm preparing baked sweet potatoes using Instant Pot, roast vegetables, and baked chicken. Sometime later, I open up my planner to check off cooking from my list. I had also taken the time to load the dishwasher since there weren't that many dishes left in the sink. A bit of time had passed and I'm upstairs in my room. I had checked off some things before I realized I forgot to film it. I'd gone to the library with my daughter just now, and then I had opened up the present Esri prepared for me as well. And now I'm going to do some reading. I have already read A Light in the Flame but wanted to quickly reread it again so that I can take some notes before reading the next book, which is Fire in the Flesh. This is currently my favorite ongoing series. Sometime in the afternoon, I took a break from my reading to do a couple more tasks from my list. I had written in my 5-year journal, and then I decorated tomorrow's spread using Happy Planner Daydreamer stickers. I also put away the clothes I had folded. Thankfully, I'm always staying on top of laundry so it never gets too much. After this, I'm going to continue with my reading and note-taking. I'm using Notion to keep my notes. I took a break again from reading to watch Dance 100 on Netflix. It's not bad, but I didn't watch it for long. My daughter in the meantime is in the room with me watching something on her iPad. It's now late afternoon and I'm back in my planner to check off some things. I had moisturized my hands. I'm not sure why, but the palm of my right hand is very dry. I also did some filming while watching Dance 100. I'm not worried about the background noise as it is quite soft and I intentionally left it on. It's dinner time and we went to this sushi restaurant to celebrate my birthday. My daughter and I love sushi and I always choose to go to a sushi restaurant for my birthday. After dinner, we had some tiramisu cake that my husband bought. It was a surprise cake because I didn't think there would be one and it tastes really good. After showering, I'm back in my planner to check off dinner at sushi place from my list. Here's an up-close photo of our food. I had the dinner combo, Daniel had sukiyaki, while Esri ate from the 3 plates of sushi rolls, and this was the tiramisu cake. I also did my Duolingo lesson at the restaurant while waiting for the food to arrive. And now I'm going to proceed with my end day routine, so I'm going to check this off before starting. So first thing I do after checking tasks is work on my gratitude for the day. After that, I give a score to what I had completed versus what I had originally planned. Next, I check off the habit tracker bullet since I'm going to do that next and circle my overall mood for the day. Now I'm flipping over to the weekly pages of this planner marked by the white ribbon. I check off the tasks I had planned at the beginning of the week for today before filling in the scores in this table. I had missed a couple of days, but it's okay. The scores don't really help me, it's just a fun and quick simple overview of how I did on my tasks. Next, I'm moving on to the weekly reflection portion of the spread. I was still holding on to the hope that the company I've been interviewing with for 3 different roles since September would give me a call. It was a phone interview with the supervisor that this role reports to. It's frustrating and yet depressing because I may have to let this one go, and yet I don't want to because it feels so close. Besides this setback, I also listed how I finally reached my reading goal of reading 60 books this week, did my cardio, and also celebrated my birthday. The last part of the spread is to plan how I want to tackle next week. Needless to say, it was to get back to job searching and try to forget my disappointment. I also need to do some trash picking around the neighborhood because it's about the time to submit my log report to the city park. Moving on, I flip over to the habit tracker. I had missed a few days, but luckily I remembered what I had done. That's it for the self-journal part of this end day routine. I'm bringing out my bullet journal next to complete the rest of the end day routine. First, I write some family time entries in my future log. And then I highlighted the book titles that I had actually read from the book releases spread. Next, I marked green for the past few days of reading. I read a lot because my library books were due. My period also started this week, so I marked that down on my tracker. Next, I listed down the books I had started reading. Bookshop Cinderella is a historical romance ebook I borrowed through Libby. I also borrowed an audiobook called Later by Stephen King for during my daily drives. I'm starting to get into his books where before I have never showed interest. I'm not sure why. I'm also reading the third book in the Throne of Glass series by Sarah J Maas called Air of Fire. This series is just so-so to me, but I'm going to keep on reading it to see what the hype is about. Because I ran out of space on this page, I decided to continue the reading log onto a back page of my bullet journal. I had finished The Love Hypothesis by the same author before and had enjoyed it, and so I decided to read Love Theoretically, borrowed from the library. The last book entry is A Fire in the Flesh, the third book in the Flesh and Fire series. You've seen me reading the second book earlier in this video. This is the anticipated read that I had asked the library to order. It took a while for the library to get it after it was released October 31st, but now it's here in my hands. Now I'm in the December pages of my bullet journal. I've just marked off the goals and tasks I've worked on. I was checking my future log to see if I had forgotten to list a task, but I had not. I had missed a couple of days entry in my bullet journal as well, and so I'm now just filling them in. On the 15th, I had walked for 3 hours to and from my daughter's school to a neighboring school, accompanying their class on a field trip. It was especially exhausting because I had decided not to take my lunch early. Big mistake. Here I'm listing down again the book titles I'm currently reading. At this point, whatever I'm reading is a bonus. I may or may not finish reading them all, and with that I have some time to decide which is the best book for December. Singles Inferno Season 3 was just released on Netflix. I find this show to be quite interesting actually, much like the Japanese Terrace House show, except this one is in Korean. Next, I'm marking the days I had posted on Instagram. And then I updated Esri's page on the number of books recently borrowed and her mood tracker. Next, I'm writing my gratitude entries for the past few days. I had bought a chess set for Esri and had played a game with her. I had great cardio workout, and finally I had celebrated my birthday. That's it for my end day routine. I'm leaving the highlights page for near the end of the month. With that out of the way, I'm going back to reading my book and writing notes. As I mentioned before, I'm using Notion to keep my notes for the book. It's so much better than writing in a physical notebook because I can easily search for the book page and refer to it in the future. It's after my daughter's bedtime and I'm back in my planner to check off a few tasks. I had made a final food log entry for the day, and now I'm going to work on planning for next week. Because tomorrow is a Sunday, the new week starts for this planner. I'm flipping over back to the weekly pages to set it up. It's a little off frame and I apologize for that, but I'm basically just writing the weekend date on top. Next, I list down the 3 main goals I want to work on for the week. I know that the first 2 is going to be job search and exercise for sure, but I wasn't clear on the third one and so decided to flip to earlier pages to get some idea. When I was at the bucket list page, I decided to check off completing the reading goal since it's listed there. Finally, I decided on working on my YouTube channel because I was starting to slack a bit due to my holiday mood. The bottom part is where I try to plan out my week. I know on the 22nd I'm supposed to submit the trash picking report to the city park. I had volunteered to help clean up my neighborhood and this is part of the program which ends soon. Next, I'm listing down my intention to exercise as well and I hope I can really commit to it. For the decoration part, I decided to use the stickers from the tiny sticker book from Happy Planner. It has a lot of suitable size stickers that can fit in the spaces of the spread. The stickers don't necessarily corroborate with the entries. I'm using them just for the sake of adding colors and using up the stickers that I have. There's not much space for me to put stickers on this blue page, but I try to put a few anyways just to add some color to it and make it look less boring. I even put a few stickers on top just to fill up the space and use up more stickers, because that's my main goal, to finish using as much of the stickers that I have. And now the next week's spread is all set up. Before my bedtime, I did more reading and taking notes in my Notion. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you like it, and if you want to watch more of my other videos, do subscribe to my channel. And with that, I'll see you in the next video. Bye!